On that particular Thursday morning, the sense of anticipation filled the air as I prepared for the day ahead. The lessons I had learned about RSI and MACD played through my mind like a well-rehearsed symphony. I recalled the times I had been duped by the misleading signs of these indicators, each mistake teaching me valuable lessons about the market's unpredictable nature. Holding my breath, I clicked through various stocks, remembering to embrace the nuances and context behind each figure I encountered. With newfound discipline, I awaited my next opportunity with both caution and excitement. As I sifted through the charts, I noticed a stock that had previously trended downward, now showing signs of life. The RSI jumped back from the dreaded oversold area, climbing towards 30. I leaned in closer, analyzing the MACD line, which had begun to curl upward, hinting at a potential bullish reversal. Each tick brought a surge of adrenaline as I meticulously noted the interplay between indicators, focusing on how they danced together, revealing hidden patterns and possibilities. The thrill of the chase fueled my determination, a palpable reminder that each trade was not just numbers on a screen, but a blend of calculated strategy and market psychology. As I observed the stock's movement, my heart raced with each incremental rise in the RSI, now teetering just above 30. Suddenly, the MACD line crossed above its signal line, confirming the shift in momentum I had anticipated. A wave of confidence washed over me. This was the decisive moment I had been waiting for, the culmination of my learning and experiences. I double-checked my stop-loss strategy, ensuring I was prepared for any unforeseen twists. It felt like all the hours spent studying the rhythm of these indicators were finally paying off, and with a steady hand, I clicked the buy button, eager to see my strategy come to fruition. As the order confirmation popped up on my screen, a sense of calm settled over me despite the whirlwind of thoughts racing through my head. This was not just another trade, it felt like a rite of passage, a validation of all my hard work and patience. I glanced at the chart one last time, observing the price action and the indicators, visual reminders of my journey through the landscape of swing trading. Would this be the moment everything clicked into place? I watched closely, feeling the collective weight of past mistakes drifting away as I allowed hope and anticipation to take their rightful places in my trading psyche. The stock continued to trend upward, much to my delight. As I monitored the movement, I felt a sense of urgency mixed with excitement. Each upward tick of the price seemed to signal a validation of my strategy, my belief in the combination of RSI and MACD as allies rather than mere indicators. It was thrilling to witness how the confluence of these two tools brought clarity to the chaos of the market. I remembered past moments when I had let my emotions guide my decisions, leading to mistaken entries and losses. But now, each increase in the stock's value felt like a triumph over those earlier missteps, reinforcing the necessity of patience and discipline. As the stock surged higher, my mind replayed the countless hours spent grappling with technical indicators, each moment transforming me from a bewildered novice into a confident trader. Suddenly, the price reached a crucial resistance level, and I held my breath, knowing this could be a pivotal moment. Would it break through, or would it retreat? My RSI now hovered firmly above 35, hinting at increased bullish strength, while MACD continued its upward momentum. Steadying my thoughts, I reminded myself of the importance of staying calm and not succumbing to the fear of missing out. I stayed glued to the screen, determined to let the market guide my decisions rather than my impulses. As the price action began to flirt with that resistance level, I felt the weight of anticipation pressing against my chest. My RSI shifted up toward 40, affirming the bullish sentiment, while the MACD maintained its ascent, providing the much-needed confirmation. I watched the candlesticks form, each movement telling a story, reflecting the emotions and decisions of other traders. My focus sharpened as I calculated whether to hold my position or take profits while the momentum still seemed favorable. It was a delicate dance. I could feel the market's energy radiating through the screen, welcoming uncertainty yet challenging me to stay resolute. As the stock finally broke through that resistance level, my heart raced, echoing the excitement of the moment. The combination of RSI climbing past 40 and the MACD firmly above its signal line sent a thrill coursing through me. This was the moment the countless hours of practice and reflection had led to, a thrilling junction of risk and reward. Each tick upward felt like a victory over hesitation, and I realized how far I'd come since my early trading days, where uncertainty reigned supreme. I decided to let the momentum carry me while keeping a watchful eye on potential shifts, knowing that every strong run has its ebbs and flows. As the stock surged higher, I was filled with a sense of purpose, each upward tick a testament to my evolution as a trader. The lessons learned echoed in my mind, guiding me through the fluctuating tides of the market. I recalled times when impatience and fear had led to impulsive decisions, but now, I felt the power of disciplined strategy bolstering my resolve. Each moment of hesitation was met with the knowledge that confidence was built through experience, and I was prepared to ride this wave. My fingers tingled on the mouse, ready to act when needed, while my eyes stayed glued to the intricate ballet of the indicators before me. As I watched the stock push past previous highs, I fought the urge to act too impulsively, reminding myself of the importance of patience and risk management. Each upward tick resonated like a heartbeat, reverberating through my thoughts as I mentally calculated potential exit strategies. The thrill of the moment was palpable, but I knew the market could change in an instant. Suddenly, my RSI reached the mid-50s, signaling that bullish momentum remained strong. I felt a surge of adrenaline, reinforcing my resolve to stick with my plan while remaining vigilant for any signs of reversal. Tracking each movement closely, I leaned forward, eyes focused like a hawk. No longer was I merely reacting to the market. I was engaged in a dialogue, ready to adapt and let the unfolding story guide my next move. The stock continued to climb, and as it approached the next resistance landmark, I found myself weighing my options. Should I lock in gains now or hold out for potentially greater profits? My mind raced with calculations and strategies, and I tapped into my learned lessons of informed decision-making. Then, the RSI granted me a glimmer of insight. It surged up to 60, a sign of strong bullish momentum. With MACD remaining firmly above its signal line, I felt a wave of clarity wash over me. This was not just about instinct, it was a calculated dance of indicators, illuminating my path forward in this complex market. The price action continued to paint a positive picture, urging me to remain engaged and vigilant. As the stock approached a critical psychological level, I felt the tension in the air. The RSI had climbed steadily, nudging past 60, signaling confident buying pressure. Meanwhile, the MACD's robust rise above zero heightened my anticipation, joining hands with the upbeat sentiment I had learned to trust. I double-checked my stop-loss placement, ensuring that I was ready to protect my gains should the tide turn unexpectedly. Each new high reached brought a rush of exhilaration, reinforcing my belief in the meticulous technique I had honed over time. As the price settled just below a mirror point of previous highs, a wave of nerve steadied my breath. The crests and troughs of my trading journey flashed before my eyes, the doubts, the moments I rushed into trades, and the wisdom gleaned through trial and error. Now, here I was, poised at the threshold of another opportunity, feeling more prepared than ever. I recalled just how pivotal it was to respect the dance of both the RSI and MACD. They weren't mere numbers but trusted guides illuminating my path. My fingers hovered over the mouse, ready to react as the stock touched that psychological level, knowing fully well that patience and strategy were my allies in this thrilling game of market dynamics. With everything at stake, the stakes had never felt higher, yet I had faith in my dogged approach and the lessons learned along this tumultuous road. I watched, prepared to make a move, balancing ambition with caution as each moment unfolded before me. The stock's bullish momentum seemed unstoppable, as each moment showcased the reinforcement of my strategy. My RSI had continued its upward trajectory, a clear sign that buyers were pushing the price higher, while the MACD offered solid support. I found myself inching closer to the screen, captivated by this unfolding drama, every tick signaling the heartbeat of the market. Yet, deep within, a voice reminded me that every rally could meet resistance, a lesson hammered home by experience. I steadied my breath and remained vigilant, knowing that success lay in careful observation and adherence to my plan, ready to adapt as conditions evolved. It was a thrilling balance of confidence and caution, and I felt invigorated by the sustained momentum I had patiently awaited. It was then that a sudden wave of selling pressure flooded the charts, causing my heart to skip a beat. The RSI began to dip back towards the mid-50s, signaling a potential loss of bullish momentum. With the MACD also starting to show signs of divergence, my instincts kicked in. It was the moment I had dreaded yet prepared for, the possibility of a reversal. I quickly reassessed my position, recalling the importance of staying disciplined. I tightened my grip on the mouse, ready to take action, while reminding myself that preserving profit was essential in this game of uncertainty. This scenario was a classic example of market volatility, demanding that I act with measured resolve rather than reacting impulsively. My decision was clear. I couldn't let fear cloud my judgment. I recalled the lessons from my journey, knowing that every trader faced moments like these. As the stock dipped, I remembered all those times I had rushed into decisions without analyzing the full picture. Now, with the RSI retreating and the MACD losing its spark, I had to act decisively. I focused on my stop loss, ensuring it was in place to mitigate losses. With each passing second, I felt the stakes heighten, but I wanted to stand firm, waiting for clarity rather than panicking. I would not let a transient drop erase my confidence or the wisdom gained through challenges. Instead, I began to look for signs. Could this be a fleeting pullback, or was it the market's cue to turn? I leaned closer, eyes fixed on the screen, ready to embrace whatever would unfold next. As the selling pressure intensified, I glided my eyes across the indicators, seeking guidance amidst the brewing chaos. My heart raced as I carefully monitored the RSI slipping back toward the mid-50s, a telltale sign of waning bullish strength. The MACD line, once a beacon of hope, showed the first whispers of divergence, a crucial moment demanding my utmost attention. This was the trade-off of swing trading, a delicate equilibrium between seizing opportunities and guarding against pitfalls. In that moment, I resolved to stand firm against the onslaught of emotion coursing through me, grounding myself with the wisdom acquired from countless hours of analysis and reflection. Each moment spent grappling with these dynamics of the market had forged an unyielding resolve within me, and I was determined to navigate these waters with clarity and purpose, mindful of my plan. The stock's movement began to hesitate, wavering as uncertainty danced in the air. I felt a knot tighten in my stomach, echoing the growing tension in the charts. As the RSI hovered around the mid-50s, the hint of weakness cast shadows on my earlier confidence. I quickly adjusted my strategy in my mind, recalling the vital lesson I'd learned about the necessity of patience during volatile moments. The MACD's divergence suggested the possibility of a shift. Clarity was now my guiding principle. I reminded myself that the market was always in flux, and adaptability was key as each tick of the price action unfolded. Trusting in my disciplined approach, I prepared for whatever came next. The moment felt surreal. I was on the brink of one of those pivotal decisions that could define my trading journey. As I kept my eyes fixed on the indicators, the mixture of control and uncertainty surged through me, emphasizing the importance of discipline over impulse. With the RSI wavering around the mid-50s and MACD losing some ground, my instincts kicked in, prompting a thorough analysis of the unfolding scenario. Would this hesitation mark a brief pullback before another climb, or was it the beginning of a more significant reversal? Every second felt like an eternity as I navigated through the possibilities. I reminded myself once again of the lessons learned through every misstep and triumph, the power of timing, the importance of aligning with established trends, and the necessity of staying engaged without letting fear dictate my decisions. It was this internal dialogue, a blend of caution and readiness, that prepared me for the next move. Trusting my instincts and my strategy, I braced for the dynamic dance of the market ahead, ready to adapt and learn with every tick. With the stock still fluctuating beneath that critical psychological level, I took a deep breath, grounding myself amidst the uncertainty. I reminded myself of the many trades that had taught me to embrace patience and strategy. As the RSI began to stabilize around the mid-50s, I sensed a window opening. The market was offering various narratives, each needing careful consideration. With the MACD showing early signs of regaining strength, I prepared to respond, eager but ready to remain composed. This was the nature of swing trading, a constant negotiation between risk and reward, where every decision could pivot the outcome. In conclusion, my journey through swing trading with RSI and MACD has transformed me into a more adaptable and insightful trader. This exploration taught me that success is not solely about finding the perfect indicators, but rather the ability to harmonize their signals while maintaining a disciplined approach. Embracing this relentless learning process has opened doors, guiding me toward opportunities and empowering me to navigate the ever-evolving market landscape with confidence.